Can you tell I'm left-handed? Can you tell I'm left-handed? I got no business preaching, but I thank God you don't sign my check. I thank God you ain't the one that hired me. I thank God you're not the one that called me. I thank God you're not the one that interviewed me. Because if some of you would have interviewed me and would have looked at my resume, you would have come to the conclusion that I'm not fit to hold a microphone in front of hundreds of people on a Sunday morning and preach the word of God. But I'm glad you're not God. Because God looked at me, saw my resume, saw exactly what you would have seen, and God said, yep, that's my man. Now, I'm going to use him. I'm going to take him, and I'm going to do something with him, and I'm going to blow the mind of all of those suspect, crazy people who don't think that God has the ability to use Ray Ray and Pookie. And some of y'all that are sitting here right now, comfortable in your tenure in the church, let me help y'all with something. God saved some folk that folk thought were unsavable, and God's loving on some people that y'all thought were unlovable, and before you know it, some of them tattooed, come on, before you know it, some of them dreadlock wearing, before you know it, somebody's gonna be walking up front up here with this microphone, and you're gonna be looking at them cross-eyed and talking about, look at that a snake on their neck? Yeah, it was, but they did it ignorantly and in unbelief. But God, who is rich in mercy, have given them faith and has filled them with his love, and God's getting ready to use some folk in these last days that some people thought they would never be able to be used by God. But just for the record, the text seems to suggest that when we're weak or left-handed, we're actually dangerous as Ehud. Because when the enemy thinks we're going to do the same thing that we've always done, the way we've always done it, some kind of way we can reach with our left hand and draw a sword and take the enemy out. Y'all not helping me here. I'm representing the left-handed people in this room today who've had to make some changes in your life, who've had to not do what you've always done, because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've always got. But we're the chosen folk. We're the people who have been through some stuff and had some pain. Y'all not helping me here. The enemy doesn't expect us to do anything with our left hand. Why? Because it's our weak hand. I'm talking about left-handed people who realize that without God you can't make it. Without God you'll die. But for the grace of God, there go I. Left-handed people who realize that if God withstood you, and with God were to stand before you, and if God were to fight against you, you wouldn't win no kind of way. Left-handed people who realize that it's the grace of Almighty God. Left-handed people who've been covered, people who've been cared for, people who've been protected by God. Your reputation is what it is today because of God. Your accomplishments are what they are today because of God. The car you drive is because of God. The house you live in is because of God. The job you have is because of God. Left-handed people. God is looking for some left-handed people. Take your strength and throw it on the altar. Some trust in horses, some trust in chariots, but I trust in the Lord. You ought to trust God so that nobody even knows that you're left-handed. So ask somebody today, can you tell that I'm left-handed? Let me give God right now a left-handed praise. That is, if you know that if God don't do it, it ain't gonna happen, then you owe God a left-handed praise. I need some folk in here who in your weakness, you still giving God praise. Trouble in your life, despair everywhere, your children acting the fool, everybody's going mad, but you're still fighting. I need some left-handed saints. You don't know what your children are going to do next. You don't know if you're ever going to get married again, but it doesn't matter because you're weak. My help coming from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. My strength is the Lord. The light of my salvation is the Lord. I need about 55 people who ain't gonna play with this. Please hear me. Don't walk out on this. Don't leave this. Take your left-handed self and act like you ain't got no sense. Take about 2 or 3 minutes and give left-handed people? Where are my left-handed soldiers? I want to say this, and I'm out of your way. I'm not trying to prolong the moment. All we got to do is receive an offering and go home. Maybe give somebody a chance to get right with God. But some of y'all, you're giving God right now a right-handed praise. What I mean is, when you're using your right hand, that's your own strength. And sometimes when you're right-handed, you can get tired not giving praise. Sometimes you feel like it, sometimes you don't. All this shouting going on, you got some people just like this. They shall not be moved. But when you're giving God a left-handed praise, it's all the time in your weakness. You never really feel like it. You always got to sacrifice. So when you're giving a left-handed praise, you're saying to the right hand, shut up. And you're saying to your weakness, let's show out right now. Because God's going to use us to blow the people's mind who think we ain't got no business praising God. Some of y'all left your seat and left some people sitting back there and they looking at y'all like, look at them. Look at them. Who they think they are? I know everything about them. So does God. And God still says, I need me some praise. And it's in our weakness that we are made strong. So on the count of 3, I want you to give God a left-handed praise like you mean it for another minute or so. Are you ready? Are you ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Get high.